Hi, everyone. Welcome to Thoughtfully Fit Thursday. My name is Kara Barnes. I'm the Business Operations Specialist at Darcy Loma Coaching and Consulting. And as you can tell, it's just me today, which is exciting, and I'm very nervous. So hopefully I don't get too tongue-tied. You'll have to bear with me. A few weeks ago, or I guess a few months ago, we did a Thoughtfully Fit Thursday that was focused on digital declutter. So that was really fun, and we had a really good response to it. A lot of people have commented that it was useful tips. So I wanted to come back and do a similar theme. This time we're going to do something that's focused on tech communication. So this week on the blog, we are talking about how one email or one bad interaction can have a tremendous impact on an organization or a company. So I thought it would be fun to take that same truth and think about how it applies to another high stakes group, which is friends and family. I think that we're all used to texting all day and emailing all day, and we kind of get in a rhythm with it. We can be kind of quick, and it can become thoughtless. So in the spirit of Thoughtfully Fit, I thought it would be good to leave some tips and reminders to help us be more mindful of that as you're working with friends and family in addition to the workplace, which is something we talk a lot about here. So I will put a link to the blog here for those of you who are interested in that, the work-focused piece. I think Darcy did a really good job with that. So my first tip has to do with video calls. So my husband's side of the family now does a video call once a month, and we do it through Zoom. And Zoom is a platform that we use a lot for work as well. So this might apply for your work stuff as well. The thing that I think has helped me just recently with Zoom is getting in the habit of turning off my self view. So I was listening to the radio, and they were saying that on a Zoom call, something crazy, like 85% of people will admit that from start to finish on a Zoom call, they just look at themselves. They very rarely look at the other person. And I thought that was so interesting. So after I heard that on the radio, I came home, and I've been trying really hard to practice turning my self view off so I don't even have the option to look at myself. And I can't believe how much more in tune I feel with the conversation when I do that. It can be a little uncomfortable, and sometimes I realize I've really relied on that to make sure that I'm looking the right way, or that things behind me are good, or whatever. And to just let that go and be really present with the person, I think has been really impactful for my Zoom calls. So next time you're in there, in the top right-hand corner, I was going to screen share, but it doesn't quite work. In the top right-hand corner, it'll give you 3 little dots. Try clicking that and select Hide Self View. If you try this, I would love to hear from you. Let me know how it goes. I think it's something we should all try at least a couple times and see what you think. The second thing has to do with, well, I guess it has to do with a few things. So in general, the second thing is to just try not to multitask. The specific example that made me put this on the list is that I've been on phone calls with people, and I can hear them texting. I can't always tell if they switch me to speakerphone to be able to look at their phone, which, I guess I don't necessarily mind that, but when I can hear them pushing buttons while I'm on a phone call with them, it's very distracting, and it kind of bums me out. So I feel like that's something that I even do often, kind of mindlessly, thinking, if they're sharing a story, or, we're just kind of relaxed having a conversation, I will go ahead and text someone back, or I'll quickly, scroll through Facebook real quick, or look at my email. I think I wanted to put this on Thoughtfully Fit Thursday because part of being thoughtfully fit is choosing to be really present and just committing to not overcommitting yourself. So you can really be present with people, and multitasking in those little ways with our tech, I think is an important piece of that. So hopefully that's a helpful reminder. The last thing is that I've started using Grammarly, and they don't pay us. We're not getting a plug for Grammarly or anything. But I thought this was a helpful thing because there have been times where people have errors in their emails, and sometimes it can come across as them responding hastily. And we all have times where we have to quickly get an email out, and it's inevitable, and we just gotta get it done and out. So I think being able to have a tool like Grammarly installed on your computer, it's I think you can get it as a browser extension, or I think there's an app that you can download for your desktop. Having that set up so that you can really quickly make sure your emails look sharp and professional, and even with friends and family, not having typos, not having confusing, unclear statements. Grammarly is so great at helping you quickly proofread your messages so that you're not coming across as careless. And I think that's meaningful for people. The title of the blog this week is Bad Communication Breeds Bad Communication. So I think we've all had this experience of getting a text or an email from someone that feels like they hardly put any thought into it. It's there's not a lot of incentive to give them a lot of thought back. So if you can have tools in place, Grammarly, other, spell check proofreading tools like this, I think it can ultimately help support having positive, meaningful connection with people in these little ways. So those are the 3 primary tips. I have a bonus tip because I thought of 4 things. My bonus tip is to not be too cool to use Bitmojis or emojis. I think that because with digital communication, there's only so much tone and nuance that you can bring through a message. And I think that if you are someone who really avoids those and you're not a big fan, that's okay. I think you can, I guess I would encourage you to try using them in sparingly even, because I think it can be meaningful with people and making the connection and really having your message come through the way that you think it is. So I am eager to hear from people if anyone tries these things. And I hope these things were helpful. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you here next Thursday. Thanks.